All right, week 6, day 4. Volatility is pretty low right now. Calibrating time frames. 30 tick is below 50. That's 2. One minute is below 50. S1. Three minutes not even on the radar. And V8 is also not on the radar, but that one's kind of 0. On the RSI. Wow. Volume really picked up yesterday. During the 1300 to 2100 session. Alright, so today one of the key differences that we're going to be making in our strategy. Sorry, let me change this music. Okay, one of the key differences that we're going to be making is our directional indicator need not be above 0. Before we do that, let's look at what's going on currently. We have a double bottom forming here at 3088, maybe breaking lower. We have a 1 minute trigger. We have a 30 tick trigger. This is probably a short, but there's resistance. Yeah, here at 3090, but it just broke. Where's the next level? No, there it was. 3085. A 3088 again. I think I'm supposed to short this. I don't know. 3090? No. I just confirmed it. This is a bullish engulfing pattern. I don't think so. Oh. It could still reverse. If we get another 30 tick trigger, the 3 minute looks great. 3 minute oscillator looks good. 1 minute oscillator is testing 0. But this 3090 is definitely a support level. If you short this, it needs to be below right there. There's the trigger. Alright, I'm taking that one. And we're expecting support again at 3085 or lower. Looking at the ask, we got filled at 89.30. $88 on the ask. $87. $88. $89. $90. I'm out. This looks like it wants to bounce above. I got filled at 89.3. So basically a scratch trade. Probably should have waited. Maybe not. 30 tick directional indicator starting to reverse. RSI is above 50 again. But that 1 minute just rejected the EMA. But it still says 30 seconds to close. EMA crossover on the 30 tick. EMA to EMA. There you go. That's definitely a reversal. 1 minute candles overlapping 2 EMA simultaneously. It's one of our favorite signals. It's coming down because just 30. 92. probably, it could be an entry, but we need a buy trigger. Oh, then now it's totally reversing. So when I see this, I'm tempted to think that we might be in a chop zone. As volatility starts to pick up, buyers and sellers are competing. If you look at volume, volume just spiked to 1.4 million. That's the highest it's been since around 2300 last night. So buyers and sellers are basically competing for control of the trend right now. And you don't want to be caught in the middle of that fight. You want to wait for one of them to be the deciding, the overwhelming winner, and jump in on the action afterwards. So I think it's time to kind of sit on my hands for a little bit until a good opportunity presents itself. Let's recalibrate. .30 tick is not on the radar. It's tending above 0. 1 minute's below 50. RSI is below 50. I don't know if I slept very good last night. Price is at an S4. Trigger is at an S4. Three minutes not on the radar, and 5 minutes B8. So the 5 minute just had the first candle I'm making to low. A 5 minute trigger is tending higher, but it is below 0, so it's negative and increasing. Well, 3 minute direction is decreasing. And the trigger is oscillating over 0. 1 minute direction is very negative, but trigger is oscillating close to 0. And the 30 tick is positive but below 0. You have low volatility. I can say that because my time window on the 30 tick is about 30 minutes, and our upper bound maximum price is $30.98. Our lower bound minimum price is $30.87. That's 10 pips. So if you were to take 10 pips and divide it by 30 minutes, you're averaging 0.3 pips a minute. Very, very low. Yesterday we were averaging, was it 40 pips in 30 minutes? 15 pips in 30 minutes. So every 2 minutes we were moving a pip on average. That's a way to measure volatility right there. The upper bound, the lower bound, programmatically speaking, we can measure volatility by taking the upper and the lower bound of price movement, figuring out that net distance, dividing it by the amount of minutes passed, and across certain thresholds, we would have certain conditions made about pip target and about pip targets. So for example, if we're moving 60 pips in 30 minutes, well, that's 2 pips a minute. That would lend us support the idea that our pip targets could be much larger than, let's say, 10 pips. They could maybe be 15 pips or 20 pips. Why 30 minutes? Well, because we usually I guess we could do kind of two things. We could look at the session, right? The trade session that we're in. And based on the trade session, we could increase or decrease the size of our time window. All right, hold that thought. Getting a trigger on the 30-tick time frame. Looks like we're starting to establish some momentum. The 3-minute candle is breaking 2 EMAs at the same time. Nice. And we're coming out of this. We're still in a little bit of a chop zone. We need to break this 30.98 high for us to see this as a nice reversal. 5-minute candle looks to be wanting to break. It's EMA. One-minute direction looks like it's reversing. The 3-minute direction is breaking above 50. 30 tick is at a B2. 1 minute. All of these guys are now in retracement. Mnemonics. We're about to get a trigger again on this 30 tick time frame. It's about to go into a B1. Do we take it? Tempting. Tempting, but no, not yet. I want to see it break out of this range. The top is 30.98. Since I didn't get out at the bottom, get in at the bottom of the range, I need to wait for the range to be broken. If it breaks a 30.98, then I think I could get in like that. Okay, I'm in. Filled at 30.99, 3100 on the ask, 31 on the ask. $31.01. Looking for 02. Looking for 02 on the ask. Seeing fills at 02. Some resistance here. Hold. Hold. Let price test this 30-tick EMA. Broke it. Testing the entry point. Seeing fills at 01. There's a fill at 02. '03. Looking for 03s. Seeing volume at 2 million. Volume spike is at 760,000. There's 02 on the ask. There's an 03, 1.5 million. .30-tick was about to break above zero again and give us a new trigger. There's several new 03s being filled. It's getting some resistance. Resistance is at 3105. Back down on 00. I think I need to get out. But dang, I gapped lower. Why did it break higher? It's a 1 minute gapper. Hardly ever see that. Got filled at 99. Got out at 93. We're down like, I don't know. Let's call it a pip. Alright. 2 strikes. Should have seen this 1 minute. 1 minute in the 3 minutes. No, I don't know if that's true. Look at RSI on the 30 tick though. You had a divergence right there. If you're looking for a top, you had divergence. What do I mean? I mean, look at these highs. You had lower high, you had a high, a lower high, a lower high, a lower high, low, a lower low, a lower low, and then RSI was a high, a lower high, lower high, lower lows. It's harder to tell on raw RSI, but your trigger oscillator here is pretty obvious. That's probably going to be one of our lessons for today. Look for trigger divergence to indicate exit conditions. Alright, so what are we going to be... Well, let's rewind for a second. If I didn't take that trade, I would be in the state of wanting to wait for a trend to reveal itself. And we're getting a nice spike in volume now, so the market's waking up. Our 30-minute range has increased from 86 to 02. Which is 4, 5, 6, 16 pips. So that's a 15 pip window. 16 pip window. That's good. That's what we had yesterday. Alright, so our window is sufficient, is what we're saying. Sorry, our pip per minute of 1 pip every 2 minutes is in play. So your volatility is sufficient. Okay, roger that. Alright, recalibrate. So we have 30 tick below 50, no longer on the radar. Our 1 minute is tending below 50. We have a 30 tick trigger, pre-trigger. We're not going to take it because our 1 minute direction is increasing and confirming support here. So you can consider this 30 tick trigger as a sufficient retracement. In fact, I think I'll go long. But I don't want to buy at the top of a oscillator move. I'd like to see this oscillator come down and then break above zero. But that's a very nice candle there, assuming it holds. 15 seconds. Five seconds. Trigger is now giving you a sell. Okay, no, definitely not going to go long. 3 minute. 3 minutes below. Okay, so we're biased short, clearly. Look. Our 5 minute Just closing back below the AMAs. Alright, so maybe this spike was just some volatility gaining momentum for a lower move. What do we need to see to short this thing? What do I need to see to short this thing? Well, a 1 minute trigger would be really nice. Yeah. That's going to be one of the main keys today. Don't ignore 1 minute triggers and wait for 1 minute. No, I don't want to say wait. I mean, we'll wait for a trigger, but if the 30 tick gives us a trigger and the 1 minute direction is in favor of that trigger, then we'll take that. Three-minute price is finding support at this. Forget what number this is. EMA. This is SMA slow. 55 SMA. Maybe not. Support at 3090. I think I need some coffee. I'm yawning a lot. Starting to get a 3-candle bullish engulfing pattern. Strong candle on the 1 minute. These candle bodies are starting to get really big. 2, 4, almost 6 pips. $30 tick is starting to reverse. 1 minute's breaking above 0, breaking above 50, and it's at a B4, meaning it's about to be a B1, meaning you're about to get a 1 minute trigger. But 3 minute is totally opposite. It's right at RSI is right at 50. Yeah, dude, you're definitely you're in a chop zone. Look at the 3 minute, it's obvious. The top of the zone is 1050. Well, it's more like a trend line. You got this zone. Come on. You got this chop zone. Ignoring the wicks, looking at the bodies. I don't know, roughly something like this. Oh yeah, there you go. There's your pennant. The bottom of the zone. It's going to be something like that. You're a pennant. So if you look at the 5-minute here, I don't think we need this guy anymore. Remove that. Remove that. Remove that. Move that. Hey, look at that 1-minute candle. It's about to break this zone. 1 minute's a B1. 30 ticks a B3. Meaning it's about to become a B4. 3-minute is back above 50. You gonna buy this? Thirty ticks about to be a B1. Yeah, I need to. I sort of have to. But I don't know, the one. Yeah. Buying. Long at 3102. Looking for O2 on the ask. Looking for O3 on the ask. Volume pressure is positive and increasing. Definitely some resistance here. 1 minute oscillator. 30 tick triggers tending back lower. RSI still above 50. Now testing 50. Probably too late. Need to get out. -3. We're down to -4. You might get a read. Oh, I thought we broke out of the zone. But we didn't. Just confirmed it again. I mean, look at the relative high, don't look at the zone. Alright, remove this. This just is distracting. You have a double top, confirming your trading zone. You try to get out both times. This one was a -1 pip. This one was -2.5 pips. You need to take a walk for a second, get some coffee, so you're not staring at this range and tempting yourself again. Testing the bottom of the zone. We broke 3090. Yeah, I mean, I'm inclined to think this is going to go lower, but the zone could just be tilted. I mean, what I really need is I need this 5-minute to come down and then reverse back up to the upside for a nice long-term uptrend continuation. For a downtrend, I need the 1 minute at least to come below zero. You're at the bottom of the zone. Do you want to take this? I would if we were at the end of our session. Meaning I had a cushion and I could make a riskier type of trade. But I don't, so no. We don't need to risk that type of play. Even though, yeah, no. Patience. Patience. Three-minute might give us a buy trigger soon. It's probably going to do it right in the middle of the zone. I wonder if this action we're getting right now is going to be a continuation of the downtrend. 3-minute doesn't seem to want to agree with that idea, but the other two lower time frames seem to be trying to tell me that. I'm looking at the ask. Market opens in 15 minutes. Well, this is becoming really boring. Let's see if we can install some music audio on the stream. Volatility oscillator is still pretty high, but it doesn't look like we got volatility. It looks like market's just falling asleep. What's the incoming volume look like? 2 million, 1 million. I'm looking at the ask. 1 million. It's a lot of volume. It's definitely not stagnant. It's just getting worn out. So one of the things I've been trying to understand in terms of a skill improvement is the timing of our decisions. So, for example, notice how this, like if we were to trade this range, right, we would have had to make a buy and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, no more than 5 minutes later, we would need to make a sell. Whereas in here, made a buy here, we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, almost double the amount of time, to either wait for it to move half the distance. So my point is that difference is obvious, but is there some sort of technical indication about calibrating your choice timing? Back to the market, the 3-minute candle just broke well above the EMAs. It's probably the most bullish signal we've seen. This could be a nice, you know what, I'm going to probably take this. Oh, I'm going to take the next 30 tick trigger. Because this oscillator breaking above zero like that means it has a lot of room for growth. So I would like to see this 30 tick come down. I'd like to see the 1 minute come down a little bit but stay above zero. And then the 30 tick to reverse. A 30 tick to reverse above, yeah, and give me a trigger. Yeah, okay, let's do a calibration real quick. 5 minute is back above, RSI is back above 50. We have a B5. 3 minute is a B1. It's a weak B1, but it's a B1. That's a B3. 1 minute is an S8. I see a lot of good potential here. Alright, now we're at a B4. We're gonna want to buy this, like, now. I'm gonna do it. We're in. Where did we get filled? 98.4. I know we're possibly in a range, but look at that 1 minute. That 1 minute direction is about to reverse. At least it looks that way. And our oscillator has a lot of room to move up. I'm seeing 3100 on the fill. Alright, so first point of resistance is going to be 3102. Looking for 3101 on the ask. There it is. It was there and then it disappeared. Still seeing the fills come in. Volume pressures at 70, 710. There's 3101. Looking for a new order filled on the last. $31.01 on the ask. $31.02. $31.01. $31.03. All right. Looking for $31.05. There's 4. Looking for 4. Here's our resistance. We broke our previous 2 highs. Now we're looking at 05. Damn. All right. I need to watch the bottom, the lows. Is it going to reverse completely? Damn. It's coming back. 3102. Watching the ask, looking to see if this downward pressure is going to continue down. There's 03, there's 04 again. So man, this is hard. I think this is a top. Fuck. I had 2 chances to get out of the top and I missed both. That's annoying. That was a 2 pip trade. Down 2 pips. The most you would have gotten out of that had you gotten out of the top is another pip, so don't beat yourself up too much. That candle pattern is ominous as hell. That would be a shooting star, and you can see it right there. 3 minute. 1 minute oscillators coming back below 50, and the 30 tick is flirting. Flirting with 50. But then it does that, it bounces off 50. So what to do here? I don't think I need to take this yet. I think it's going to come down a little bit, and then it's going to give me another entry. Because the 3 minute oscillator is pretty overextended. The 1 minute oscillator is starting to come below 0. So I think it just needs to gather its breath for another push higher. So I need to be looking to buy the dip. Today's going to be a base hit day, not a home run day. I can feel it. What does that mean? That means I need to be taking like 3 pip profit trades instead of a single trade with 10. Here's our move lower. We're looking for the dip here. question is, where is the right dip? This could be one. I need to change my sizing. 1/3 size. I'm gonna go long here. Filled it 99.3. Should have filled higher. There's 01, 02, 03. Dang. Looking for another entry point. Put myself back full all the way in. There's 5, there's 6, there's 3. I need a dip. Let's take that one. Not the best dip, but I think it'll work. DCA is 3102. 022. 03. Could be a rejection here. I'm going to take it out. Not getting filled. I got a nice fill. Thank you. Probably should have stayed in. Yep. Fucked that one up. But I think that was a +3 pip trade. So that puts me up 1. I was thinking it was going to bounce off again. Alright, look for another dip. This 1 minute's about to give you a buy trigger. Fuck. Missed it. Resistance at 3110. Focus, focus, focus. Resistance at 3110. I need a dip. Give me a dip. It's divergence on the 1 minute RSI. It's a nice dip. Let's go 1/2. Let's go half. Wait for it. Let's take this half size. 31064. Full size. Fully in at 064, seeing 07 on the ask, 08 on the ask, 09 on the ask, resistance is at 10. '09, looking to get out at 095-ish. I'll take it there. There's an exit at 0.85, another 2 pips, up 3. I'm not expecting it to crash through this 0.10 level. That's why I'm hesitant to hold it through. There's your 0.10. Could have waited a little longer. And this trade could have been 1,000 times better. See these 3 different trades? Those all should have been one. Well, these ones here should have been one trade. It's alright. It's alright. Okay, so the trend is clearly back to being bullish. Now we need to find our entry. So pay attention to the dips. Pay attention to divergence. Getting a dip here. Support could be at 0.6. I would like to see this 3 minute sort of give itself some slack here. 30 tick is coming down a bit. It's below 50 on RSI. Which is nice to see because that means it'll give it some slack. There's a dip here. You want to buy this one? Yeah, I think we do. Filled at 0.72. Looking at the ask for 0.8. Looking at the ask for 0.8. 0.6, opposite way. Let's get out. Very hesitant to stay in and wait because we're at the top, you know. So for this thing may just want to rocket back down. That was a -1 pip trade. Need to be careful. So instead of, I need a significant pullback. Okay, so unless this gives me a significant pullback, we are going to go long above the highs. The high here is 31.12. So your next order should be like 13. If it breaks 31.13, it's probably going to go higher. Where would the next target be above 31.13? 31.20 looks like. 31.18.20. Okay. Good to know. Alright, this trade stuff is getting annoying. Focus. We're consolidating. Why are we consolidating? Well, because this 1 minute oscillator is negative. We need to buy a dip. Which one do we want? Volume pressure is very negative. Minus 1.6 million. Three-minute oscillators looking to come down a bit. I mean, I'd like to see a retracement down to like 0.2. Just don't know if I'm going to get it. We're at a B4 on this thing, on this 1 minute, which means at any moment we could be given a B1. I think this thing just needs to breathe. Volume pressure is 1.6 million positive. Interesting. It was just negative. Okay. Here's a nice potential dip. Prices making a new low. So let's prices making a new low on the 1 minute. Really wants to break this 10 level, doesn't it? There it is, 12, 13. That was the low I should have bought. There's 12. Okay, I mean, I gotta buy it, man. Fuck. I gotta buy it because it just broke the previous high. So we're expecting this to hopefully go to 18. That's where the next level of resistance is. We just saw 14. I got filled at 12.4. 13. Should have bought the dip. Should have bought the dip. Ah! You wouldn't know that it would dip though. I mean, if it breaks a previous high like it just did, I mean, resistance is 10 pips away. Could have just moved all the way there. You would have missed the whole move. It's finding support now at 10. There's 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, come on, 15, 16, resistance is at anywhere between 17 and 20. There's 16. Sixteen, 17, 18, 17 it was. Fourteen, 7, 2.3. Seventeen was the low side of our resistance. What is this? This is 18, 19. All right, we might have a dip here for another reentry. See what happens. Starting to turn. Starting to turn. Buy it. 11.27. Nice spike. We're at 13. We got filled at 12.7. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. Come on, push. 19. 18. 19. 20. 20. 20. I'm out. That was nice. That was, where's my exit at? 17.5. What? Lame sauce. Well, that was 5 pips. That puts me up 9, I think. Do you think it'll happen again? It might. Let's see what my P&L is. 630. Almost there. I need 0.2 pips. I need one more trade. Yeah, sure, fuck it. Let's go. Come on. 16-3, 17, 18, 19. I mean, that's it. I got it. What's my, something like that. 779. Let's go. Now it's gonna go break up to like 30 or some nonsense. We're done. 6:50. Shaved an hour off yesterday. So what did we do well? And what did we do not well? Well, let's see here. We were buying the dips, which was nice, but only there and there. And we were selling the tops. The last two trades were really good. The last two trades were really, really good. So we ended it on a really nice note. This trade should have been much better. I mean, I can understand a little bit why it was difficult. Just because you're coming out of this consolidation here, you don't know when the push higher is going to happen. So whenever you see it and it looks very ferocious, this candle right here, I mean, you definitely feel a sense of urgency. However, you still should probably buy the dip. And going back to yesterday's lessons about how if you have a reference low, that's all you need. If you don't have a reference low, then I get it. If you have a reference low, that's all you need. Now we're breaking up above 20, up to 25. Wow. It's okay. It's okay. This is, yeah, another low where you should have bought. And notice how the low corresponds to whenever the oscillator just taps above zero, which is why your indicator there, your trigger there, is giving you that arrow on that candle. All of this nonsense. Eesh, this was not executed to the best way possible. This one wasn't bad. That trigger probably should have been taken. Could have ridden out this whole stream, which would have been a 12 pip trade. This trigger was not taken. We noticed 1 minute was below zero. And yeah. That was a nice entry. You bought the dip there, but you did it for half size, or a third size. And understandably so, but I don't think we should have waited all the way over there. Once you get that candle and that EMA crossover, you should have been in full size. Getting out here at the previous high. That was probably a mistake. I mean, I could see taking some profit off the table, but making a full exit was, and notice that's the key here is when you're in this uptrend, you shouldn't need to have to close your entire position. But shaving off and then adding back on makes a lot of sense. So that's where our technique needs to probably improve. These guys here were really good, but again, it could have been a lot better had you maybe shaved off 4,500 and kept 2,000 on, or even half. You know, shave off half and put half back on. Cool. Let's call this one a day. How many trades was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Same as yesterday. Our biggest drawdown was -4, I think. And we ended it at 780. 780 is 12 exactly. So we're up 12 today. All right. I'm out.